Hi, this is Rob O'Byrne from Logistics Bureau, and with me today I've got one of our warehousing specialists, Mal Walker. And I was just thinking what else to put in there. I was going to say, you've actually worked in the warehouse industry, designing and improving the operation of facilities for donkey's years. How many years, Mal?
It would be 35 years.
35 years. I thought I'd ping that one on you. I beat you because I've been 40 years in supply chain. So what I'd like to do in this series of videos is really just pose some fairly common questions, I guess, and hear from the horse's mouth, some of the answers, because maybe some of the people watching this video have got these issues. So the number one issue that our clients always face, and the number one reason why we constantly get involved in helping them design warehouses and improve their operations, is we've run out of space. Now, I think what a lot of people do, this might happen because they've acquired other businesses, or they're, it's just natural growth, which is great. But when they run out of space, they immediately start looking for a bigger warehouse. Well, that's not the right thing to do, is it? What could you do with an existing facility?
Well, there are quite a few things that they can do in an existing facility. One of the things that they're looking for is obviously how to consolidate their storage. And when they run out of space, it's because they haven't got enough room to put their pallets and also run their operations. So what I look at is what type of storage systems are they using, and there's many different types. There's driving racking.
So are you saying there that the first option is to try and make the storage more dense, get more into the storage cube, isn't it?
Yes, certainly more dense, but also more accessible, and there's often a mix there. The problem is when people are running out of space is that storage can become dense, and therefore they can't get the products that they need when they want them.
I don't think you worked on this assignment with me, but I always remember it was actually a network design project that we were doing in Southeast Asia, and we went into one of their warehouses, and we'll digress here for a second, but Mel, you'd appreciate that the amount of pallets that you can get into a warehouse is not 100% of its capacity. So for my small brain, let's just work with a simple number. Let's say we've got 1,000 pallet slots. How many pallets can we actually fit into that warehouse?
1,000 pallet slots, you would normally aim for about 850 to 900 accessible
So 85
pallets.
to 90% space utilisation. Remember that number. And the reason that you can't use all of the slots is because sometimes you've got pallets coming in, coming out. You've got to have space to move. If your wardrobe at home is full, you've got no space to put things in and out. This warehouse, I always remember it, the utilisation was 107%.
Well, they must have been storing product in the aisles.
They were. They had to move 20 pallets out of the aisle to get the fork trucks in to pick the product. But sorry, I digress. So what can we do to actually create more space in the warehouse? We can look at the storage media. What else?
Yeah, well, I look at storage media, but also the type of systems that they're using. So they may have a wide aisle operation. They could potentially close up some of the aisles that they've got.
So is that difficult to do? I mean, that sounds like a big engineering task.
There is a transitional phase to do that, not a huge engineering task to do that though. So many companies, for example, are going from wide aisle reach truck operations to narrow aisle reach truck operations. There are pros and cons attached to that, but you can increase your storage volume or your storage capacity by around 25 to 30%.
Wow.
Through just doing that.
So that could be an easy way of not having to move. So we've got different storage media. We can play around with the aisle widths. What else?
The other thing which I would look at is your receiving and your dispatch areas. Are they located in the right place? Are they separate? Are they adjacent? And to what degree can we clear those staging areas so that we've got room to operate?
So we could make those more efficient and therefore using less footprint. Are you also therefore saying that we could actually co-locate them and better utilise the space?
We could co-locate them, and often I find if we schedule our receiving trucks and schedule the dispatch trucks, you can create capacity.
That would make sense. You're using the same docks effectively.
Yes, correct.
So there's three.
Yes, absolutely.
Storage media, aisles, and the receiving and dispatch.
Yep.
Got any others for us?
Indeed. Well, the other aspect there is to say, okay, well, where you have limited floor space, you can build up, and even sometimes we can sort of put double story picking and dispatch areas by putting a mezzanine in. So that can be done as well. That can be reasonably expensive to do, but maybe far cheaper than relocating to a new warehouse.
Yeah. And maybe for those watching, if you're not sure what a mezzanine is, it's basically putting an extra floor in the warehouse, isn't it? You imagine you've got a very high building, very high ceiling. You can actually put a floor in, 3 meters up or whatever, and have another picking operation on 2 levels.
Exactly.
But that's quite common, isn't it? Particularly with spare parts picking, you get a much better utilisation of the cube.
Yeah, certainly it does apply to industries that have fairly light parts, and spare parts is a good example. It probably wouldn't work for a fast-moving consumer goods company. But, yeah.
So we've got 4. I'll push you. You got another one? Or are we struggling?
Probably struggling after that, but there's some of the things.
Yeah.
But we might check our inventory levels and how we're managing the stock as well. Because we could find, for example, that our procurement processes and our storage capacities are overstated in terms of what the computer system is saying we need on the floor. It doesn't hurt just to check that.
No, that's a great one, I think, to finish on. So are we holding too much inventory? But also it can be the frequency of resupply from suppliers. So maybe we don't have to get it in such big replenishment orders. We could do it more frequently in smaller orders and so on. So well done, Mel. We've done 5. Let's just recap, see if I can remember them. So we've got the different types of storage media. We could get higher density. We're going to change the aisle widths. You're going to have to help me here.
Yes.
What was the third one?
We were looking at potentially building
a mezzanine. We were going to look at the dispatch and the receiving docks, and then finally the inventory. So there's 5 tips that could actually help you avoid having to move to a larger warehouse. Now, Mel's always got loads and loads of tips regarding warehouse design and operations. And in fact, we haven't done a webinar or a seminar on the topic for a while, so we're probably due for one. So we'll put some links. They'll either be down below or off to the side where you can get further information or to check in for some events like that. So Mel, thank you very much, and I hope those tips were useful.